have you ever wondered why it's so important to wash your hands? Have you ever wondered that most of us touch our face without washing our hands and we don't even realize it? When we were all kids, you know, our parents or a grown-up would say, please go wash your hands before dinner, or remember to wash your hands. And sometimes they'll tell us why we should wash our hands. So I'm going to tell you why. Why is it important to wash our hands? Germs can be transmitted in many ways, like touching dirty hands, or if you have dirty hands, touching contaminated water and food, or you can get it from a cough or a sneeze from touching a contaminated surface. Fact 1. Did you know that if you shake someone's hands, touch a surface and an object throughout the day, whether you're at school, at work, or running errands anywhere, you're accumulating a lot more germs on your hands. In fact, you could infect yourself by these germs if you touch your eyes, nose, and mouth. And I should know this from experience because I've taken microbiology from this school, and every time we have a lab, we'd make an E. coli culture. And so our last in-class activity was to go around the school, swabbing different places around the school. The one that I did, I think the most place that had the most germs was actually the vending machine downstairs. And then next it was, I think, the water fountain. So I have learned that, you know, whenever I come home from running errands or from school or from anywhere else, I will go straight to my parents' bathroom and wash my hands. But honestly, sometimes I would forget because I would be hungry, go home, start eating, and then ask myself, like, wait, did I wash my hands? So when I'm eating, I would be eating and then washing my hands and then going back to eat. What happens if you don't wash your hands? You can get bacteria, viruses, and other microbes, like a common cold or an infectious disease. You should always wash your hands before cooking, preparing food, or eating, inserting or removing contact lenses, giving medicine, caring for a sick patient, or treating a wound. Another fact, I learned this from microbiology from the professor. When you're in an examination room, when you're at the doctor's, make sure that the doctor washes his or her hands and they put on gloves before treating you as a patient. Because if they don't, you can ask them to wash their hands and to put on gloves, but if they don't, you could walk out. So here's my story. Earlier this past year, I went to the doctor's because my ears are hurting. My primary doctor ended up not doing the two most important things before he treated me as his patient. He didn't wash his hands, he didn't put on gloves, and plus he was sick, coughing and sneezing. And then honestly, right there, I got really mad at him. And then I asked him, you know, to wash his hands and to put on gloves. He refused. I was about to get out of that room, but he wouldn't let me go. And honestly, it got worse from there. But I'm not going to tell that story because that's a whole different story. No, it dealt with the Q-tip. He jammed it in my ear canal. Wash your hands after handling food, especially raw meat. If you don't wash your hands after, you know, dealing with raw meat, you can get salmonella, you can get E. coli, and you can also get a parasite. Always wash your hands after using the restroom, or changing a diaper, petting an animal, or touching their toy. Wash your hands after, you know, coughing, sneezing, or blowing your nose. Treating a wound, taking out the trash, in general, anything that could be contaminated. How you should wash your hands? Use warm water and soap. Wash your hands for a good 15 to 20 seconds. For me, I thought it was too long, but I started singing a song to myself while I'm washing my hands sometimes, and it would actually help. Remember to scrub all over your hands, like the back of your hands, your wrist, between your fingers, under your fingernails. because under your fingernails is where the germs would most likely hide. So in conclusion, hopefully you all have learned about how to prevent infections and why it's important to wash your hands.